What's going on, and welcome back. Now, the last video I saw was us at Cadwell, and it was fucking wicked. I can't wait to go back again. Going around Cadwell with Tom and Brad, I sat there like at the end of the video I said, my car needs to be here, and it weren't, which is a bit annoying. So today's video is along the lines of the list is getting shorter, which is buzzing. I can't believe I'm actually saying it. At this rate, I never thought I would be. So today I'm going to give you an insight into what we're actually going to be doing. The first thing is the problem we had. Cast your mind back to last year, June, July, August kind of time. I told you in a video entitled "The Golf is Broken" that problem still exists. Because I'll admit I was a bit naive. I found out about the problem, roughly diagnosed it, and I was kind of thinking, oh yeah, 1 or 2 weeks, maybe a month to chop my old seats out, sell them, get new seats in, cam sensors back in, and we're done. And then obviously it turned into swapping wheels with Elliot. I've still got my new wheels that are over there now, the Ultra Legeras, which are some of, if not my favourite wheels. But we're still waiting for tyres for them. I would have tyres, but unfortunately I got caught speeding last week. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that. Rip my asshole. But this is the problem. These don't really have any focus, so just trust me when I tell you that this is a cam sensor. Now hopefully next week we'll be putting these in along with a few more bits, which I'll tell you what they are now. So next week we've got Tom coming down to help me with doing all of the brakes on the Golf. And this is what we're upgrading. This is a lovely Porsche 996 Turbo 4-pot brake caliper. I'm going to be repainting them today, but I'm not going to be filming it because you've seen people paint brakes. But these will be going on with M-Tech C-hook discs, front and rear. I've got rear pads. I've got Ferodo DS2500 pads. I'm going to start with them. If I find that I don't like them, I'm going to try Evo Carbotech XP10s, which I've heard are brilliant. I did try and order some, but I couldn't get hold of them. I tried emailing them and all sorts, nothing. Or Pagid RS29s, which are another really good track pad. And the brake fluid for them is on their way. I've gone with Motul RBF 660 brake fluid. I couldn't really justify the price between them and 600s, so I thought, fuck it, just go for them. They come highly recommended, not only for other cars, but especially the other track R32s. Now, also, the big thing for that is the cage. Some of you might not know, but I did say on Twitter that I've ordered my cage. I've gone for a 6-point, full FIA approved bolt-in / welding, which I found out later on, from Safety Devices. I've had it done matte black because they wanted 60 quid to do it, and I wanted it white, but 60 quid for having it painted white, it's not really. So saving 60 quid, that's like paid for the brake fluid, so I thought that was alright. Don't know when that'll be in. It's currently at Tom's unit, because Tom runs his own garage with his dad, Bellman's in Sheffield. Let them know, they'll sort you out. Fucking sick garage. So that's with them at the minute. I will be picking it up soon though, because I don't want it sitting around in there for like 2 months, which is when I was hoping to get it in by, around the next 2 months. Because that's when I thought it was coming. It's actually arrived 2 months early, which is ridiculous. So by then we've still got to get the whole car done, roadworthy. It needs an MOT before then. It needs an MOT late in May, so we'll see how that goes. We've got some suspension stuff to go on. I won't be lifting them up, but I'll show you them now. We've got Bilstein B14s that Ryan at Garage Midnight put me up with. Massive thanks to him for like sorting out 33% off with everyone else who ordered as well, which is sick. And we've got H&R anti-roll bars, front and rear. 26, 24, I think. We have actually got proper tools now as well, which is good. I've forked out for a full box. Probably not the best idea when I could have spent that money on stuff, but it stops me having excuses for not doing nothing. And a torque wrench, which I was highly recommended to get. Corbeau seats, which we have now found out. I was told these were both XLs. I don't know why I didn't look harder. That one on the right is a large. The Corbeau sign is further up, and the space isn't wide as well. That's an XL. So that'll be my seat. Here we have, to go nicely inside them, 61 4-point harnesses, which are also FAA approved for like hill climb stuff, which I will be needing. Some seats in them, and that worked. Ultra Leggera's under there. Spacers still to go back on, which we'll need to clean before they go on. But that is it. There's some stickers to show you as well though, so we'll go do that now. This poor car. So that's the state where it's been left. Because I didn't use proper paint. The whole car kind of needs clean as well, to be fair. So we've put one of my oil slicks on. We've put a glitter one from Adam, and we put one from Jesse. That sticker is already coming up because it's been raining. The scaffolding exhaust has actually melted the diffuser. And the Golf needs... I couldn't get rid of the Track Addict one, I like that one too much. Those, they're starting to get rusty as well. A rusty tip isn't good for anyone. And even Big John is repping as well now. That is roughly everything that's coming soon on this. Also, we've got 2 of these still to put on. Rear venting fascias from Rushworth Performance. A friend of mine, Matt, runs that. So go check them out. So let me know what you're looking forward to. I genuinely, you'll get this a lot, I genuinely cannot wait to be back in that car. It's weird when you look at it how long it's actually been since I've driven it down a road, which is annoying thinking about it. But we are nearly there. Like the BM's fun and all, but it's fun for a different reason. That car is fun because it sounds horrific. I'll do a full review on that, like coming soon, just to show you how shit it actually sounds. But that's kind of the beauty of it. It annoys everyone. It does burnouts, and it's like 140, 150 brake. So what more can you want from a car? It doesn't look too bad. It could do with some tarting up, which is hopefully my plan for when the Golf's done. I'm hoping to sort all of that after the Golf's to a reasonable state. Because of my age, if you don't know, I'm 22. I'd think about that then. It's been a long year. Insuring 2 cars, I'm not going to sound like big-headed, but of this calibre, a rear-wheel drive car, notoriously more money to insure if you're younger. For whatever reason, they just assume you're going to be doing burnouts everywhere and drifting, which I'm not, I promise, officer. But also a highly modified track car for the road. They are expensive to insure. The Golf's not too bad. There wasn't really many made. So, to put it into perspective, to insure that first year was £1,600. To insure a Mark V Edition 30 was £2,500. They're a bit more of a, what they assume to be like a collector-y car. So, that's probably why they're quite cheaper. Quite a bit cheaper than before. Also the age as well. But the BM's past that age where it is just an old, cheap car. Like the Golf still has a little bit of value to it, but the BM was £700. So, in their mind, they're thinking, what can a £700 car crash into and do a lot of damage to? So insuring both of them will probably be quite hard. So the BM might even have to go, but also that opens me up to having a bit more money to do other things to the Golf. One of the other things it needs is a full polybush. My friend Lucas, Jamilicious on Insta, you will have seen his like big Mark IV wagon. That is like fully polybush or near enough, and that's a wagon, and it handles fantastic. So even when that handles well, front wheel drive estate, you know that polybushes are worth it. So that's something that I'm also looking into. I just don't have the cash for it at the minute. Also, redoing the splitter. The wing is above us. It's tucked away in the rafters so that it's not in the way on the floor. But I've also got some better canards that I'll show you. So it'll be hard to see the carbon weave on these, but you know I'm a bit of a carbon freak. But these are off an Ultima GTR from what I know. A friend of mine, Craig, he's got a friend whose job it is to make these. So he made me a set of these for my Golf, which was nice of him. Unfortunately, I can't remember his name because it was months and months and months ago. I'm sure his name was Simon. Cheers, Simon. So I'm hoping to have all the aero back on for whenever. There was talk of a track day in May at SNET from some certain YouTube people, and it's been asked if we're going, me and Tom. I'm hoping to be there. Whether or not the car is there, it's... I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt we're going to get all of that done. And it's probably not the best idea taking that around somewhere like Snetterton with standard seats and a seatbelt in it when you're going to be feeling sick, especially passengers. And they're not exactly brilliant for bolstering, so you're going to be rattling around in there like a skeleton having a wank in a biscuit tin. Like, it's not going to be good. But even then, I was thinking of putting no aero on it and just running it to try and get better at driving. As you can see, I still even haven't got tyres, so that's what I need to worry about next. Get everything on. Next week's video will be brakes, cam sensors, new battery. Then after that, hopefully get all the suspension sorted, because the KWs are a bit knackered and they're probably seized by now. So fresh Bilsteins, H&R anti-roll bars. It should be wicked, like getting them all on. I'm packing off with little things like the oil cooler. I was going to put the oil cooler in and then get a modified crash bar from Rushworth, because they do them as well now. But I've got more important things to spend the money on at the minute than... I know it's a thing that can fail on track, oil cooling. It's something that's needed if it's going to get some absolute hammering. So we'll see. We'll do one, and then we'll see if we need to upgrade from there. Obviously, I've got the oil cooler. I just need better size lines. I need a sandwich plate, and I need a spigot ring for it, and then the crash bar to put it all on. The crash bar isn't even really needed, to be fair. I could just mount it underneath, and then I can just leave the fascia just sucking more air to the radiator, because it's going to be sucking up like a little bit of it. I've even been thinking of getting the VW badge grill out. I've seen a few cars that do that, because you are actually touching the top of the radiator there. So if you direct even more to the radiator, keep the engine even cooler.